We have got Matt and Cam. Their story is The Travelers and the Bear.
Once there were two travelers that traveled everywhere together. They were best friends and they never left each other's side. But that was about to change. Once they were traveling and a bear approached. Dun, 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 dun. One of the friends quickly realizing climbed up its tree and abandoned it friend on the ground. The other friend had to act quick, so he played dead, once hearing that a bear would never attack a dead man. And he went up to him. He sniffed him. He licked him. And then he whispered something to him.
Wazza.
And then he left. Now touches it. Friend got back up from the ground, and friend left in a tree. He asked his friend, I heard the bear whisper something to you. What did he ask?
Yeah, he said, at time of trouble, you will realize who your true friends are.
And then he left them forever.
We've got Carly and Ella, and their story is Hercules and the Wagoner.
A man was driving his horse and wagon along a muddy lane when the wheels of his cart sank deep into the mud. The man got down and tried to push the wagon along. It was no use. The wagon was stuck. The man lifted his head and cried in despair.
Everything happens to me.
He wailed.
Why doesn't someone come and help me? What about the mighty Hercules?
He is the strongest man on earth.
Where is he when I need him?
Hercules heard his name being called and came to see what was wanted of him.
Stop moaning and put your own shoulder to the wheel.
He told the wagoner sternly.
How can you expect others to help you if you do not help yourself? If you show that you are willing to do your share, I will gladly help you.
The moral of the story is that heaven helps those who help themselves.
We have got Elsa and Natalie. Their story is The Deer by the Pool.
One summer's day, a deer came to a clear spring to drink. As he bent his head, he saw his image in the clear water. Ah, he thought, tossing his head proudly, how very handsome my antlers are. He peered closer and then said with despair, my legs and my feet are small and not sturdy. Oh, how weak and slender they are. So attracted to his own image that he did not hear the approach of the lion until the beast was about to spring. Just in time, however, the deer ran away. The great deer ran up dusty and winding road. It seemed that the deer would escape his enemy for a long time he was on the open plain. But the deer approached the forest and his swift flight caught his antlers in a tree. And the more the deer tried to free himself, the more entangled his antlers got. In a few moments, the lion was upon him. Too late, the deer said to himself. How could I be so foolish? How have I tricked myself? I didn't like the look of the feet that saved me and praised the antlers which have caused this mess. Too often we despise what we should value most.
We have got Stephen and Mitch with their story, The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
One day, a wolf found the skin of a sheep. He put it on and said to himself,
Oh, what a lovely sheepskin. I could wear it every time to be a sheep. Then I can graze with the flock and choose the plumpest one for my dinner.
so well did the sheepskin disguise him that no one was suspicious when he took his place with the flock.
Fat and juicy. I will eat him for dinner.
A little later, the shepherd came in to the fold to choose a sheep for his dinner.
What a plump sheep. I shall eat him.
Only when he had seized the wolf did the shepherd realize his mistake.
What? A wolf? Disguising himself? I see to eat my flock, but those who intend harm often harm.
We have got Amelia and Sophie. with the goose with golden eggs.
Once upon a time, there was a farmer and his wife, and they lived on a farm with lots of animals. They had horses, chickens, sheep, ducks, pigs, cows, and most important, the goose. One day, when the farmer was going to collect its eggs, he noticed something special.
I found an egg! I can't believe it! I'm gonna be the richest man alive! I need to show my wife!
Then the farmer went to his house and showed the wife his egg.
Look, my wife! Our goose is laying an egg of gold!
Are you playing tricks with me?
No, look!
Then the farmer threw the egg in the air, and then it fell onto the ground and shattered. Look what you did! A chance of becoming rich and you blew it! The farmer and his wife sadly went to bed, wondering what the wealthy life would be. The next morning, the goose laid another egg.
Yes! This is my chance! Thank you, my precious goose! You've given me a second chance to become rich!
Oh my goodness! There's another egg! Gold! I can't believe this! Let's sell it on the market now! The farmer took the golden egg to the market and sold it for a good price. The next morning, and all the mornings after that, the goose laid yet another golden egg, and another, and another. The farmer took those eggs and sold them for way too much money. He became one of the richest men in the country, and one day he had an idea.
Hey! Why do I have to wait every day to get this one egg? If I cut open the goose, I can get all the gold at once.
So the farmer took his axe and killed the goose, hoping to find anything but gold. There was nothing. He killed something so precious because he wanted more, but all he got was nothing. Just do this just because he wanted more money!
Oh no! I have so much money I need to give back to the bank. This will cost me all of my money.
That's what you get for killing the goose!
Greetings. I have been seeing that your life has been a really big failure lately, so I'm here to grant you one wish.
So the farmer... Okay!
So, what's your wish?
Honey, this is our chance!
Ooh, I know. I want a hairless cat named Snow to Goose Olives.
Your wish is my command.
Meow.
Yeehaw! You stupid! We could have gotten the stinking goose back! What? And that's our revised edition of The Goose and the Golden Egg.
We have got Sophia and Allie, and their story is
The wizard. A wizard was like well known for like telling the fortunes of those who like went by him at like the marketplace. So one evening a man ran up to him in great haste and cried, "Wizard, a thief has broken into your home. At this moment, all of your possessions are being stolen. Make haste." The wizard jumped up in alarm and hurried from the marketplace. A townsman saw him running and cried out, "Wizard, foretell the fortunes of others. Pray, how is it that you do not foresee this misfortune of your own?" The wizard called back as he ran on.
It is far easier to be wise for others than for ourselves. And
we have got Mark and Gavin with their story, The Lion in Love.
In days of old, a lion fell in love with the woodman's beautiful daughter and asked for her hand in marriage. The woodman was unwilling to grant her lion's request. Yet he was afraid to anger the king of beasts. "Noble lion," the woodman said, "I am greatly honored by your proposal. But sir, have you considered my daughter's fears? You have great teeth and sharp claws, terrify her.
For you can be a suitable bridegroom for my daughter. You must let me cut out your closet and take out your teeth. The lion was too deeply in love to protest, so he consented, and the deed was done. The lion had demanded that the woodsman's daughter become his bride at once. But the woodsman was no longer afraid of the lion, for the great beast had now neither teeth or claws. With his heavy club, the woodsman set upon the lion and drove him into the forest. Alas, cried the lion, now I know that those in love really take leave from their senses.
All right, we have Claire and Nora with their story, The Miser.
Once there was a miser who sold all of his possessions and with the money bought a great lump of gold. Ching! He dug a deep hole at the edge of the garden and there he buried his gold. Once a day after the miser went to the garden, dug up his gold, and fondled it lovingly. One of the miser's workmen wondered why his master spent so much time in the garden. One day he hid behind a tree and soon discovered the secret of the hidden treasure.
That night, when the miser was fast asleep, the workman crept into the garden and stole a lump of gold.
When the miser found out that his gold was gone, he tore his hair and cried aloud in his despair. A neighbor came running to see what was the matter, and the grief-stricken miser told him what happened. The neighbor said, "Pray stop your weeping. Go and find the stones. Place the stone in the hole and imagine that it is your lump of gold. The stone will serve your purpose, for you never meant to use the gold anyway. To a miser, what he has is if no more use than what he has now."
We've got Caleb and Andrew with their story, The Porcupine and the Mole.
It was growing cold, and a porcupine was looking for a home. He found a most desirable cave, but saw it was accompanied by abandoned wolves. "Would you mind if I share your home for the winter?" the porcupine asked the mole. The generous mole consented, and the porcupine moved in. The cave was small, and every time the moles moved around, they were scratched by the porcupine's sharp claws. The moles endured this discomfort for as long as they could. Then at last they gathered the courage to approach their visitor. "Pray, leave," they said, "and let us have our cave all to ourselves once again." "Oh no," said the porcupine. "This place suits me very well. If you moles are not satisfied, I suggest you leave." The poor mole thus had to make the best of a bad situation, realizing that it is well to know one's guests before offering them hospitality. All right, we've got Joe and Aiden with their story, The Tortoise and the Hare. One day, the hare was boasting as usual of his amazing speed.
"No one can run faster than I.
He bragged to the other animals.
I'm swifter than the wind. I challenge anyone here to race me."
None of the animals seemed ready to accept the challenge,
"Will no one dare to race me?"
said the hare.
Why?
"I will." It was the tortoise.
You?
The hare exclaimed.
You got to be kidding me. You expect to win? We shall see.
Said the tortoise calmly. "Let us race." It was agreed that they would race through the woods and back. The signal was given, and the hare hopped out of sight at once, while the tortoise plodded along steadily.
Do you think that the tortoise would want to race with me?
Said the hare.
Wow, I even got time for my beauty sleep.
And he curled up on the soft grass and went to sleep. Meanwhile, the tortoise plodded steadily on and on and on. After a while, he passed, who was still asleep, the hare. Just as the tortoise
came to the finish line, the hare woke up and saw where the tortoise was. The hare made a great leap forward, but it was too late. The tortoise had won the race. As the hare crept away shamefaced, he heard the animals exclaim,
You won! You won! You beat the hare!
modestly the tortoise said,
Slow and steady wins the race.
Nick, and their story is The Two Travelers and the Axe.
Two men were traveling together on a road. Suddenly, one of them bent down to pick up something on the ground.
Look, I found an axe.
No, my friend, said the other. Do not say I found an axe. What you should say is we found an axe. They hadn't traveled far when they heard a great shout. They saw the owner of the axe pursuing them.
Alas, we are in trouble.
Oh no, replied his friend. Do not say we are in trouble. What you should say is I am in trouble. If you do not expect to share the prize, do not expect to share the danger.
Give me back my axe.
All right, we have Greta and Mackenzie with The Tortoise and the Hare.
No one can run faster than I. I'm swifter than the wind. I challenge anyone here to a race.
No one was ready to accept the challenge.
What? Will no one dare to race with me?
I will.
You? Surely you must be joking. How can you hope to win?
We shall see. Let us race.
Why, I even have time for a nap.
The tortoise won the race.
You won! You won! How did you ever beat the hare?
Slow and steady always wins the race.
We have got Emily and Giovanna. Their story is The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing.
One day, a wolf found a skin of a sheep. He put it on and said to himself, I can graze with the sheep and choose the plumpest ones for my dinner, and no one will be the wiser.
So loaded the sheep to the skies, and that no one was suspicious when the wolf took his place among the flock. A little later, the shepherd came to the fold to choose a sheep for his supper. He reached in and seized the wolf, thinking he was one of the sheep. Only when he had killed the wolf did the shepherd realize his mistake.
Ah, he said, those who intend harm often come to harm themselves.
We've got Eli and Danny with their story, The Fox and the Stork.
One day, I invited a stork to dinner, serving him soup in a shallow dish. I drank my soup easily, but the poor stork could only wipe the end of her bill. I left the fox's house as hungry as I had arrived. I'm so sorry, said the fox with a crafty smile, that my soup was not to your liking. Perhaps it was not seasoned enough. Oh, do not apologize. Would you like to join me? Would you do the honor of joining me for dinner next week? I agreed and arrived at the stork's house looking forward to a good meal. But to my disappointment, I saw that the soup was served in a long jar with a narrow end. I thrusted my long bill into the jar and thoroughly enjoyed my dinner. I could only lick the drops off the edge of my soup, and did not dare to find fault with the stork. I understood only too well that he who tricks others must expect to be tricked.
We have got Izzy and Morgan, and their story is The Peacock and the Crane.
There was once a peacock who was very proud and vain. She boasted to everyone about her beautiful feathers. If it rained, she would stand looking at her reflection in puddles. Look at my tail, she would crow. Look at the colors of my feathers. I'm so beautiful. I must be the most beautiful bird in the world. At this, she would open her tail like a great fan and stand waiting for someone to come along and admire her. The other animals became annoyed with the boast of the proud peacock and tried to think of a way of taking her down there. It was the great bird called the crane who had an idea. Leave it to me, said the crane. I will make that vain peacock look foolish. One morning, the crane strolled past the peacock. As usual, she was preening her feathers. Am I not beautiful, she cried. You are so plain and dull, crane. Why don't you try to look a little smarter? Your feathers may be more beautiful than mine, replied the crane. But I notice that you cannot fly. Your beautiful feathers are not strong enough to lift you from the ground. I may be dull, but my wings can carry me into the sky. You may lose in one way, but gain in another.
And they have the story The Falconer and the Partridge.
The Falconer and the Partridge. The falconer one day discovered a partridge in the nets he had set out to trap some birds. As he approached the bird, it cried out,
Please, sir, let me go. If you would free me, I promise you I will lure many other partridges into your nets. Ain't nobody got time for that,
replied the falconer.
I may have set you free, but you well deserve your fate. For to betray one's friends to save one's self is a vile crime.
We've got Natalie and Fiona, and their story is The Unicorn in Love.
In days of old, a unicorn fell in love with the fisherman's beautiful daughter and asked for her hand in marriage. The fisherman wasn't willing to grant the unicorn's request, yet he was afraid to anger the king of beasts.
Noble unicorn, the fisherman said, I'm greatly honored by your proposal, but sir, have you considered my daughter's fear? Your great horn and your sharp hooves terrify her. Before I can be a suitable bridegroom for my daughter, you must let me cut off your horn and take off your hooves.
The unicorn was too deeply in love to protest, so he consented and the deed was done. The unicorn then demanded that the fisherman's daughter become his bride at once. But the fisherman was no longer afraid of the unicorn, for the great beast now had neither a horn nor hooves.
With his heavy club, the fisherman set upon the unicorn and drove him into the pond. Alas, cried the unicorn, now I know that those in love really take leave
And
of their
Isaac,
senses.
and their story is The Trumpeter Taken Prisoner.
There once was a trumpeter who liked to ride at the head of his troops, blowing his horn proudly. One day in battle, he was the first to be taken prisoner. He cried out to his captors, Pray spare me. I have not killed a single man in your army. See, the only thing I carry is this harmless brass trumpet. That is the very reason why you should die, his captors replied. While you do not fight yourself, your trumpet stirs up all the others to battle. He who excites others to war is worse than he who fights.
We have got Josh and Suzanne with their story The Goose with Golden Eggs.
One morning, a farmer was astonished to discover that his goose had laid an egg of solid gold. He seized the precious egg, ran into the house, and with trembling hands showed it to his wife.
Look, my wife, he said, we are rich. Then the farmer took the egg to market and sold it for a good price. The next morning, the goose again laid a golden egg, and the farmer sold that for too much money. Every day thereafter, the farmer found in the barnyard an egg of purest gold.
One by one, he sold the eggs and became a rich man. But the richer he became, the more money he wanted.
One day he thought to himself, why must I be content with only one egg a day? If I kill the goose and cut her open, I can take all the treasure at once.
Whereupon he seized his axe and killed the goose. Ah! Ah! But there was no gold inside. Foolish man, cried his wife, if only you understood that those who are greedy for too much sometimes...
And Molly, their story is The Lion and the Mouse.
strong and the king of the jungle. One day while he was sleeping, a tiny mouse ran over his face. The lion awoke with a snarl. He caught the mouse with one mighty paw and raced out there to squash the tiny creature who had annoyed him. Oh, please, mighty lion, squeaked the mouse. Please do not kill me. Let me go, I beg you. If you do, one day I may be able to help you in some way. This greatly amused the lion. The thought that such a small and frightened creature as a mouse might be able to help the king of the jungle was so funny that he did not have a heart to kill him. Go away, he growled. A few days later, a party of hunters came into the jungle. They decided to try to capture the lion. They climbed 2 trees on either side of the path and held a net over the path. Later in the day, the lion came loping along the path. At once, the hunters dropped the net on the lion. The lion roared, roar, and fought mightily, but he could not escape from the net. The hunters went off to eat, leaving the lion trapped in the net, unable to move. The lion roared for help, but the only creature in the whole jungle who dared come near was the tiny mouse. Oh, it's you, groaned the lion. There's nothing you can do to help me. You're too small. I may be small, said the mouse, but I have sharp teeth and I owe you a good turn. Then the mouse began to nibble at the net. Before long, he had made a hole big enough to allow the lion to crawl through and make his escape into the jungle.
We have got Will and Jack with their story, The Dog in the Shadow.
A dog with a piece of meat in his mouth was crossing a bridge over a stream. Looking down, the dog saw his own shadow in the water. Thinking that the reflection was a bigger dog with meat twice the size of his own, the greedy dog meant to have that too. Snarling, he opened his mouth to attack. At that moment, the meat fell into the stream and floated away. Now the dog realized at last that what he had seen was nothing but a shadow. Sadly, he said to himself, grasp at the shadow and lose the substance.